Well, good morning, my friends. How are you? Welcome to another edition of Behind the Mic with me, Mike Avery, here in the Outdoor Magazine radio studio to record this week's Outdoor Magazine radio show. Glad to have you along with us. As always, kind of a little midweek break, right? Wednesday Night Live tonight at 7 o'clock, but behind the mic here in the studio this morning. I'll tell you who's coming up on the radio show this week shortly. First, let me respond very quickly to a text. Okay, good to go there. Hey, Jim, Cap, good morning. How are you? Ed, always a pleasure. Thanks for joining me this morning. So, Jim, you're done now, right? No, you can still hunt does. But you got your $2, 2 8-points, if I remember right. Congrats to you. Brad, how are things in Breckenridge this morning? I'm sure they are wonderful in Breckenridge. Let me change that framing just a little bit and open that up a little bit. I felt like I was right on top of the camera there. Yeah, that's as good as it's going to get these days. Mike says, rainy, crappy weather. It's just as overcast here. The rain that you're in your backyard, I'm sure, is going to be over here in Saginaw soon. Paul, good morning. How are you? Bruce. Don't permit, but the freezer is full. You're just bragging now, aren't you, Jim? The freezer is full. Yeah, way to brag there, Jim. I thought I had that all set, but... Morning, Steve. No deer yet, Tony. I hunted an old blind up in the northeast corner of our lease property last week. Last Thursday, which is actually the last time I was able to hunt. I will hunt this Thursday again. I've been crazy busy doing work stuff, family stuff, but a lot of evening things lately for churches and for work. That church stuff is going to come to an end here real soon. My chairmanship ends at the end of the year, although so does the deer season, right? Hey, Brad, lost your place to hunt due to sale. Don't know what I'm going to do. Man, bummer. There's always state land. Jerry, good morning. How are you? Mad Jack, hey, good morning, everyone. Nice deer pics. Congrats to all that was successful hunting this year. I had just 2 days ago. Wow. This is interesting, Mad Jack. I got some texts from some buddies that said, hey, Mike, congrats on your deer. Nice buck. I'm like, I didn't shoot a buck. Well, apparently Facebook has decided that, all the deer pictures that I post, and many of them have multiple pictures. Well, Facebook has decided that what they should do is just randomly and arbitrarily take one of those pictures of the post and just post them with no comment. So... there have been 2 or 3 or maybe 4 posts on I don't see them on my page, but you're seeing them, that look like they're coming from Mike Avery Outdoors. They're pictures of deer that have no description, and it almost looks like I'm posting a random picture of a deer that I shot. I didn't. Thank you, Facebook, once again. I hate Facebook. Paul says he has room. Hey, Johnny. Good morning, Mike. Busy with the white stuff you see this afternoon right here. Is it snowing there now? Apparently it's snowing there, Johnny. Glad to see the pictures you sent me too, Johnny. Good morning, Erica. How are you? Jason checking in from the Ford Dearborn Truck Plant. Good morning, Jason. Rick took advantage of that Primal Outdoors deal. You're welcome, Rick. By the way, that deal continues. If you go to primaloutdoors.com, use the promo code AveryFall23, AveryFall23, you can get a blind for half off. You can get that Wraith 270 see-through blind that I love so much for $130. I found out the deal has been extended through November. Paul says, I think that's what happens when you get comments. It separates that pic from the original post. I'm still trying to figure it out, Paul. Good morning, Eric. These are all with a store behind them. These are all with a store behind them. Good morning, Michael. How are you? Greg, buddy, how are you? Jerry says it's 25 degrees in the Adirondacks. Always a pleasure to be here. Always a pleasure, Jerry, to have you with us. Erica, I haven't gotten out of my lease until this past weekend. Someone is illegally baiting and hunting. Still no response from the DNR. What to do? Let me get this straight, Erica. You have a lease property. You haven't been out there, but somebody is on your lease. They're hunting it, and they're baiting it. You called the DNR. Have you called 800-292-7800, 800-292-7800? That's the DNR wrap line. 800-292-7800. That's the DNR wrap line. If nobody's responded to that, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, you did call the DNR. You spoke to them Sunday. So what? They haven't been out? Because that frustrates me. Because they're always saying, call us, call us, call us, call us. And if you call them and they don't respond, let me see what Johnny sent me. There's snow up there. Johnny sent me a text of snow. No. I was just talking about that. Michael said, did I see you got your buck? No, I didn't get a buck. I haven't seen a buck yet that I want to shoot. But Facebook, for some reason, decides they want to take some of these deer pictures and post them. And it looks like I am posting a picture of a buck that I got. When I get a buck, if I shoot a buck that's big enough that I want to shoot, I won't just post a picture out there and leave it. I'll tell the story of it. Erica says, still no call back, and guy's tent is still there. And the bait. So, Erica, I'm confused here. You called the DNR and you spoke to them Sunday. But now you're saying there's still no call back. So when you say you spoke to them, did you leave a message? That's what I'm thinking. But the guy's blind is out there and his bait is out there on your lease property, and you can't get a game warden to come and kick some butt? What county is this, Erica? What county? Erica Wollner, what county is this that you have somebody on your lease property with an illegal blind and illegal bait? What county, Erica? Yes, I spoke to a live person. Tuscola County. Erica, if you don't mind, send me your phone number in an email. Send it to Mike at MikeAveryOutdoors.com, Mike at MikeAveryOutdoors.com. Give me some details. Tell me the location of the property. A street address, crossroads, township, whatever you can tell me. And let me see if I can help you out. Good morning, Josh. Man, your story was wonderful, Josh. The story of you hunting that state property, getting sick, going out there, killing that nice buck. Nice job. Good morning, Dave Mason. How are you, buddy? Jim, did you see our governor signed a law to keep government for outdoor programs in the schools, including hunter safety? Something done right for a change. No, I did not see that, Cap. Thank you for the heads up on that. Good morning, Kevin. How are you? Ross. Buddy, we haven't talked much lately. How you been? Everything okay? How you been? Ross? Good morning, Jason. Future elder at Trinity Monitor Lutheran Church. Congrats on that. Thanks for stepping up, Jason. Justin, how are you, buddy? Thanks for helping me out with my hearing situation. You got me pointed in the right direction, Justin. I appreciate that. And right there they are. Worth every second. Feel like crap, that's for sure. Hope to see you get one down this season. Here's what I think is going to happen, Josh. On our lease property, we have, wandering through occasionally on trail camera, probably 3 different bucks that I would shoot if given the opportunity. I really don't think I'll get the opportunity. If one of them wanders in front of me, I will shoot them either with my bow or my rifle here during gun season. I doubt if that'll happen. Oh, would you unplug these, John? Thank you. So what I think I'll probably do is shoot a big doe. And yes, I have every intention of, even during gun season, opening morning, if a big doe walks in front of me, I'll shoot her. Right now, during the rest of the bow season, I would probably hold off on a doe. But come gun season, I will shoot a doe. And the second season, if I haven't shot one yet with my gun, I'll shoot one with my bow. Where are we? I got to catch up here. Tim, good morning. How are you? Hey, Captain, how are you? Mark Pananzak. Mark, you're duck hunting right now, right? Or are you late season walleye fishing right now? Or are you doing both? Morning, John. JD's heading down to Ohio on Friday for the weekend. Good luck to you. Brandon, Detroit River walleye fishing is amazing. 6-man limit in 45 minutes. Brandon, I got to ask you, is that unusual? I don't hear much about fall walleye fishing on the Detroit River, yet this fall I suddenly am. What's going on? Paul says he had a bunch of bucks show up on camera. Morning, Charles. Morning, Jerry. Scott, how are you? Robert, nice to have you with us. Mike, Detroit doesn't have any fish in it. There was no fish there yesterday. I gotta see what your emoji is. Mike says, good morning, Mike. The Detroit doesn't have any fish in it. There's no fish there yesterday. Both. Mark is walleye fishing and duck hunting. Ross, let me know what you find out, buddy. Let me see if Erica sent me an email. Not yet. I'm serious, Erica. Send me an email to Mike at MikeAveryOutdoors.com. Mike at MikeAveryOutdoors.com. Give me the details on that situation. I'm not saying I can help, but I can put a bug in somebody's ear. Emil, looking forward to December 6th. Make the reservations now. The best seats are being taken as we speak. What Emil is talking about is our Wednesday night live at the Lumberjack Restaurant in West Branch coming up Wednesday, December 6th. Call for reservations now, 989-343-0892, 989-343-0892. Craig says he got a trail cam picture of a huge bobcat. Yeah, I don't know if Mike was pulling my leg or what. I think he was pulling my leg. Jen, good morning. How are you? Okay, here's something I got to tell you about. I got a call yesterday from Gina Cannell at Jay's Sporting Goods, and she's the manager of the gun department at Jay's Claire store. And she says, Mike, we have a suppressor here waiting for you, a Brenton suppressor. I'm like, what? I've been working on that for a long time. I didn't think it was going to come through. But the guys at Brenton shipped one of their suppressors to Jay's, and it has my name on it. Gina says, I'm just letting you know about it. I said, what do I have to do to get my hands on that thing? And she walked me through the process. And I said, so if I come up there tomorrow, I actually had a speaking engagement there last night. If I come up there yesterday, and get on this kiosk and fill out the paperwork, can I have that suppressor by next week for the firearm season? Because I've been waiting for that thing. If I had a suppressor, I wouldn't need these. She laughed, and she said, no, it'll be 4 months. So I have a suppressor waiting for me for my Brenton 350 Legend at Jay's with my name on it, and I can't get my hands on it for 4 months. Because where I'm sitting opening morning a week from today is a big old box blind. And it'd be nice to have that suppressor. But thank you, Brenton. And seriously, thank you, Brenton, for getting that for me. I appreciate it. Michael passed on a couple of fork spikes. Target 10 to 12 point. Just can't get him to come in yet. Ross says, remember his table for 8. Mike was just kidding. He said, actually, the walleye was pretty good down there. He enjoys the fall bite more than the spring. Probably, Mike, let me ask you this. Is it in part because the crowds aren't there? Most people are out hunting. Patrick, hey, Mike, hunting Hillsdale County this week. Deer movement has been slow, weather, and tons of standing corn. Standing corn is not our friend at this time of year. Brandon, 27 to 38 feet of water have been the ticket from the all the way to the Gordie Howe Bridge, catching a lot of different species such as salmon, wild fish, burbot as well. Brandon, remind me, what's the name of your charter service? Ross was the first one. Tim and Jen are also going on the 6th. Brent's with us this morning. Why 4 months? It's some kind of a waiting period. It's not in Brenton's hands. It's not in Jay's hands. It's in our government's hands. Although I shouldn't gripe because it used to take a year to get a suppressor. Now it's down to 4 months. Hey, Brent, good morning. Tracy, how are you? Jerry says his tax stamp came in 6 months, which was better than. That's what it is. It's a stamp I'm waiting for. You have to apply for it. Jerry says he got his in 6 months. Gina's telling me it's now down to 4. So the crux of it is, I have a suppressor, but I can't get it for 4 months. Jen says it's an easy process. Sometimes goes quicker than 4. How long did yours take, Jen? Hey, Andrew, how you doing, buddy? I'm talking to you, Andy, from the studio here at the Great Lakes Bay region in Saginaw. I say that just to rile you up a little bit. Kevin's out hunting, sitting in the rain in Concord, nothing moving, lots of corn standing. Hey, Corey, how are things in Missouri? How's your hunt? Mike says, exactly. Not as many boats out there. Best day in the St. Clair was November 15th a couple of years ago. Tag out early and got the whole river to yourself. Andrew, Eagle, Andy, where's Andy? Right here. Was on the Saginaw last weekend. He had it all to himself, too, and it was beautiful. There was no wind. Tracy says she's good. Dave has his reservations for the 6th. Morning, Randy. How are you? Morning, Darren. No such place. All in caps. And you're right, Andrew. You cannot go to a map and find Great Lakes Bay region. Which, when they formed this whole promotion and tourism consortium, and they decided to name it the Great Lakes Bay region, I was unhappy as well. What does Great Lakes Bay region mean? Could it be Thunder Bay? Could it be Saginaw Bay? Could it be Bays de Noc? Could it be Green Bay? You're right. It doesn't mean anything. It didn't when they formed it. Now it does. They've named it Great Lakes Bay region. And, oh, Corey, you got your Missouri 10-point. Let's see the pics. Let's see the pictures. Scott Keatsman, Linwood Taxidermy, linwoodtaxidermy.com. Happy rut. Hope you have a great day. I will. Congrats on your buck, Scott. John would like some venison. Hunting rifle Saturday. Excellent. Okay, Jen said 2.5 months. Nice. Still doesn't mean I'll have it by November 15th, does it, Jen? Bringing some newbies with us. And your son. Excellent. Corey's looking for a monster. I know you are out there. All right, Ross. Good luck to you, buddy. Scott's stuck at work. There. Andrew, I like your sense of humor. Hey, Don. I haven't talked to you guys in a while. How have you been? How is everybody? How's the entire family? Good morning, Mike. Don from Archery Addiction shop in Missouri. Hunting has been slow. No chasing yet here. Okay, so, Don, help me out. I know that the TV show went by the wayside, which I completely understand. The best way to make $1 million in outdoor television is to start out in $2 million because you're going to lose $1 million. Or it could be Georgian Bay. Let's see what you got, Corey. Oh, yeah, buddy. Nice buck. Get you an email about Mike at MikeAveryOutdoors.com. Mike at MikeAveryOutdoors.com. Any new news on the commercial nets? No, nothing yet. Discount code for Primal, PrimalOutdoors.com. Use the promo code AveryFall23, AveryFall23. Good luck this weekend, Andrew. Mark says to somebody, shouldn't you be working on someone's vehicle? Who you talking to, Mark? Yeah, they're all in the corn right now, no doubt about it. Okay, so we will do a Wednesday Night Live tonight at 7 o'clock. Next week, next Wednesday, don't look for me to do a Behind the Mic next Wednesday morning. For one thing, the blind I'll be sitting in next Monday morning at this time doesn't have good cell service because it's a box. It's a metal box. Also, don't expect me to be to Darren. Don't expect me to be doing a Wednesday Night Live next week either. I will if I can, but don't hold your breath. All right, my friends, I got to switch my focus from the Behind the Mic segment, to recording this week's radio show. I never did tell you who's on. I will real quick. Rob Miller, Tom Campbell, Richard Smith, Steve Wyndham, Lance Keenan, Dave Miner. There you go. There's your rundown. Anyway, I hope you can join me tonight. You can just stick around and watch me record the radio show if you want. But I will not be able to talk to you directly. I thank you, Jen. Right back at you. 3, 2, 1. Blast off. All right, my friends, I'm going to switch from this microphone to this microphone . Oh, thank you, Jonathan. I forgot about that. Wow. You put these things over hearing aids, it's loud as can be. I can adjust it on my end here in a minute. All right, my friends, have a good day. Talk to you tonight. Again, I'm going to be talking to this microphone, not this microphone. So if you ask me a question, I'm not ignoring you. I just can't answer it. Oh, that's so good. Coffee at this point. Coffee. Tonight, the mixture changes. Well, thank you, Ken Hunter, for that introduction, and welcome to another edition of the Outdoor Magazine radio show here on the Outdoor Magazine Radio Network, on more than 30 radio stations across the great state of Michigan. And so glad to have you along with us on this last weekend before the Michigan firearm deer season opener. It's a great time of year, isn't it? November 15th, traditional opening day of the firearm deer season. Some people would like to see that day changed. They want to see it changed to the Saturday closest to November 15th, and I understand why that is so appealing. I mean, if you have a job that you don't have a flexible schedule, if you're not retired, if you're still out there working, you're in the shop, you're in the office, you're on the road, whatever, and you can't get November 15th off, I get it. But I'm old school. I like that November 15th opener. I have been in the woods with my bow, not successful yet. I should rephrase that. I haven't put a deer down yet, but each and every one of my hunts have been successful, whether I saw a deer or not. Last time out, I did a little, I went to a blind I hadn't hunted before. Now, on our lease property, and me, my son James, the grandkids, we are blessed to be able to, a few years ago, we got access to some property and we were able to lease it. I know not everybody has that ability, but we did, and we're blessed to get it, and we're taking advantage of it. The previous owners of this property were pretty hardcore hunters, and they've got blinds all over the place. Now, they leased it when you could bait, and they had the property set up for baiting. But they've got blinds set up all over the place. And this one little blind back in the northeast corner of the property I had not hunted before, but I got looking at it and I said, I can't pass this up. This just looks like a deer blind. And I posted a picture on my Facebook page if you want to see it. But just good old school blind that's been out there for years. The deer are used to it. It's set up as a rifle blind, but I could make it work as a crossbow blind. So the night I sat in that, the wind was perfect. It was absolutely in my face. What little wind there was. But there wasn't enough to make the leaves rustle. So every sound I heard was a squirrel or a deer. There's no way anything could sneak up on me that night. So about 6 o'clock, crunch, crunch. And I know I got a squirrel off to my right, and this is coming from my left. So it's not a squirrel. Crunch, crunch, stop. And in my mind, I can't see to the left, but in my mind, I know there's a deer over there. And every time that deer stops, it's like checking the wind, looking around. I can just see the swivel head. What I don't know is it a doe, is it a fawn, or is it a buck? And we've got a lot of bucks wandering around, a lot of small bucks, and probably 3 bucks that I would consider a shooter buck. Now, a shooter buck, look, I'm not going to go down that road with this conversation because a shooter is whatever you deem it to be. Honestly, when I hear these people say, I'm holding out for a shooter buck, and I say, what's a shooter buck? Yeah, shooter buck. Shooter buck's a mature deer. I say, what's a mature deer? Well, 4.5, 5.5 years old. I'm thinking, you find a 4.5-year-old buck in Michigan. Good luck to you. Yeah, I'm holding out there for the shooter buck. We call them old mossy horns. We got him on trail camera, and he's coming into our food. I'm talking about TV hunting shows right now, obviously. That's not the way it is in Michigan, is it? Don't base your hunting experience by what you see on outdoor television. Base your hunting experience by what you see when you go out into the woods. What is your area like? Is it state land? Is it federal land? Is it private land? Do you have food plots? Are you in northern Michigan? Are you in the UP? Are you in the southern tier of counties? That will determine what your hunt should be and what your shooter is. In my mind, a shooter for me is a 2.5-year-old buck. And we have a few of them wandering around, though I haven't seen one yet in daylight. We have them on trail cameras, and they are wandering around. Realistically, honestly, what I think is going to happen, I'm going to end up shooting a doe and be completely happy with it. Completely happy with it. But sitting in that old blind, and what this deer ended up being, crunch, crunch, stop, crunch, crunch, stop, was a spike. Little spike. And he was so used to walking by this blind and having nothing in it, he got about 10 feet in front of me and looked in there. He's like, I don't think that looks like it's supposed to. Well, I can't smell it. I'll just keep wandering along. So, obviously didn't shoot that buck. But if you want to, God bless you. And I mean it. I absolutely mean it. Any legal deer is a trophy. And if you decide to shoot it, enjoy it, revel in it, celebrate it, eat it, and enjoy the experience. And send your pictures to me. I'll post them on the Facebook page. Facebook has become screwy lately. You can't just post it to my page and I can click one button and share it. We have to go through this rigmarole, which I welcome, but you've got to play a role in it too, meaning if you have a picture you want me to share, you want me to post, you have to email it to me, Mike@MikeAveryOutdoors.com, Mike@MikeAveryOutdoors.com, and I will be more than happy to do that. Facebook got a little squirrely last week, though. I've been posting multiple pictures of deer from successful hunters across the state, and some of those posts have multiple pictures of the same deer. Well, it turns out that Facebook has decided that if I make a post with multiple pictures of a deer, that a few days later, they'll just arbitrarily decide to post a single picture on my feed. I don't see it because I didn't post it, but others who are following me see it, and all they see is a picture coming from Mike Avery Outdoors of a deer with no description. So people are thinking that I'm shooting all these deer. So I'm getting these texts from my buddies. Hey, congrats on that buck. That's a nice one. I'm like, I didn't shoot a buck. Well, it's on your page. Well, I didn't put it there. So thank you, Facebook, for that. But sitting in that blind did remind me of old school hunting. Deer hunting has changed so much. It's become more. Listen, when I was a kid, I was so dumb about deer hunting. And now as an old man, I'm still pretty dumb about deer hunting. But we would see a scrape or a rub. I didn't really know what it meant. I knew that there were deer in the area, but I didn't really understand it. Back then, if you saw a buck, you shot him. I don't care what size the rack was. If you could see bones sticking out the top of that head, you shot him. And we were sitting out there. Yeah, I'm not going to say I hunted in red plaid wool, but I think I did early on. Then blaze orange. But I'd go out and I'd make myself a blind of some sticks, or I'd just sit at the base of a tree. Didn't have trail cameras. Oh, my goodness. Trail cameras? Of course not. You look at deer hunting today, we've got trail cameras, we've got cellular cameras, we've got high-tech materials to keep us warm and dry. People look at deer hunting differently. Social media has screwed it up. TV hunting shows have screwed it up. And people have this unrealistic expectation of what their hunting experience should be. Hunt your hunt. Enjoy it. If you've got 2 days to hunt and you know there's not a big buck in your area, or you don't think there is, and a little buck wanders by and you got room in your freezer and you pull the trigger, have at it. Enjoy it. I will be out there opening morning with my Brenton 350 Legend, sitting in one of those old box blinds. And I love to sit in there because there's history in there. Previous hunters have written on the wall, and there's even an old deck of cards in there and a place for an old heater. I did get a call. Speaking of that, Brenton, I got a call from Gina Cannell of Jay's Sporting Goods the other day. She says, Mike, we have a suppressor here with your name on it. I'm like, what? I've been trying to get that suppressor for months. Yeah, Brenton shipped your suppressor to us with your name on it. I said, what do I have to do to get it? She said, well, you just come to the store and you go to the kiosk and you fill in your information and then you get your tax stamp. And I said, Gina, I'm coming to the store today. Can I get this thing by, the 15th next week? She just laughed. She said, oh no, it'll be months before you can get that suppressor. Hey, the discount code for the Primal Blinds is still on. People are taking advantage of that. PrimalOutdoors.com, PrimalOutdoors.com. Use the promo code AveryFall23 to get 50% off. They're taking reservations now at the Lumberjack Restaurant in West Branch for our Wednesday Night Live on December 6th. Call 989-343-0892 for reservations. 989-343-0892. Post your hunting pictures. Send them to me, Mike, at Mike. Or just, listen, this you can do directly. Post your kids' hunting pictures online. The hashtag Forward Fuels Tradition, Forward Fuels Tradition. And at the end of the month, every month, Forward will draw a winner for a gift certificate for one of their Forward convenience stores. Coming up after the break here in the Outdoor Magazine show, Rob Miller talking about the use of tracking dogs. Then Tom Campbell of Woods and Water News. In hour number 2, Richard P. Smith, Steve Wyndham. And in our third hour, we're going to switch gears, do a little steelhead hunting with Lance Keene and a little cooking with Wild Game Chef Dixie Dave Miner. That's coming up this week right here on Outdoor Magazine. Katie makes an interesting comment. QDM is still important. Yes, and there is no doubt that QDM, Quality Deer Management, has made a huge impact in parts of our state with the size of the bucks. I support QDM. Voluntary QDM. I don't like it when people try to mandate to fellow hunters what they should shoot. That is my problem with QDM. But in areas where people get together and go along with it, it's been extremely successful. All right, my friends. Probably not, Nathan, because I don't know anything about it. All right, my friends. Uncle Johnny, how you doing, buddy? All right, my friends, have a good day. I will see you tonight at 7 o'clock for another edition of Wednesday Night Live. In the meantime, enjoy your day.